Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something real, something most people don't like to talk about out loud. See, love is a beautiful game, but it's also a game of wisdom. A woman's heart, her peace, and her dignity, those are her most powerful treasures. And sometimes protecting them means not revealing everything. A woman's mystery is her strength. Never reveal everything. The power of mystery isn't about playing games. It's about preserving self-respect and emotional depth. When a woman keeps certain things to herself, she maintains an inner glow that draws people in. In every relationship, there's a natural curiosity, a desire to know and understand the other person. But when you expose every detail of your thoughts, feelings, and insecurities too soon, you leave nothing for the imagination. The truth is, mystery creates respect. It makes a man curious, attentive, and eager to discover more about you. A woman who reveals everything too early can unintentionally give away her power. Mystery isn't about secrecy in a negative way. It's about emotional intelligence. It's about knowing when to speak and when to hold silence. Some things lose their value when they're constantly explained. When you maintain a little distance, a little space between your emotions and your partner's expectations, you create balance. The strongest women know that not everything needs to be shared. Sometimes silence speaks louder than words. It shows confidence, control, and grace. A mysterious woman isn't distant, she's just in control of her energy. Men are naturally drawn to what they can't fully understand. It's not about manipulation, it's about fascination. When a woman keeps some things to herself, her deeper thoughts, her future plans, her emotional triggers, she becomes someone worth exploring, not just someone to figure out quickly and move on from. The most magnetic women are those who leave a sense of wonder in a man's mind. She listens more than she talks. She shows but never fully tells. She gives enough to build connection, but keeps enough to protect her peace. Being mysterious also means being selective with your vulnerability. Vulnerability has power only when shared with the right person at the right time. If you show your entire heart to someone who hasn't earned it, you risk being misunderstood or taken for granted. But if you share your depth slowly, it builds trust and respect over time. A woman who understands the art of mystery never begs for attention. She commands it effortlessly. Her silence has meaning, her words have weight, and her presence has value. The mystery in her spirit becomes her shield, her magnet, and her unspoken strength. Keep independence alive. Don't let love erase self-worth. Love is a powerful emotion, one that can lift you to the highest levels of joy. But if you're not careful, it can also cause you to lose sight of who you are. Many women make the mistake of giving everything to a man. Their time, energy, focus, and even identity until there's nothing left for themselves. They start adjusting every part of their lives to fit around him. Their dreams, their routines, their priorities slowly fade into the background, and before they know it, they've lost the most beautiful part of themselves, their independence. True love should never require you to sacrifice your individuality. Real connection grows stronger when both people remain whole. A woman's independence is not arrogance, it is dignity. It means knowing your worth without needing constant validation. When a woman keeps her own life alive, her goals, her passions, her growth, she brings value and confidence into the relationship. That energy makes her more attractive and respected. When a man sees a woman who can stand on her own 2 feet, he knows she chooses him not because she needs him, but because she wants him. And that difference changes everything. A man may admire beauty, but he falls deeply for strength, for the woman who has her own light, even when no one is watching. Independence doesn't mean being cold or distant. It means having boundaries that protect your peace. It means not depending on someone else to define your happiness. Too often, people lose themselves in love, thinking that merging completely will bring closeness. But real closeness comes from 2 people who can walk side by side, not one person losing themselves in the shadow of the other. You should be able to love deeply while still being you. Still chasing your ambitions, spending time with friends, enjoying the things that make you feel alive. When you keep your independence, you also keep your power. You stop tolerating disrespect, manipulation, or emotional neglect. You no longer chase after someone who stops appreciating your worth. Instead, you walk away with grace because your life doesn't collapse without them. It continues, it flourishes. That is the kind of woman who cannot be broken easily. She knows that love should add to her life, not replace it. A man who truly loves a woman doesn't want her to be dependent. He wants her to be strong. He wants her to have her own dreams and fire. He admires the woman who challenges him, who makes him want to rise higher. Keeping independence alive keeps the relationship balanced. No one is begging, no one is chasing. Both are choosing each other every day with respect and equality. Love feels lighter, freer, and more genuine when both hearts are whole. Because when you don't lose yourself in love, You give the best version of yourself to love. Protect dreams and emotions until they're strong enough to stand. Every dream starts as a fragile spark, a small and delicate light inside your heart that can easily be dimmed if exposed too soon. The same goes for emotions. They are sacred, vulnerable, and deeply personal. When you open your heart too quickly or share your dreams with people who don't yet understand your value, you risk having them crushed before they ever have the chance to grow. Not everyone is meant to see your vision or feel your passion. Some people simply won't understand it, and others might even try to talk you out of it. That's why it's so important to protect what's precious until it's strong enough to survive the world's judgment. A woman's dream is not just a plan or a goal. It's a reflection of her purpose. It's the part of her that sees beyond the ordinary and believes in something greater. But too often, women give up their dreams in the name of love. They silence their ambitions to make room for someone else's comfort. They stop chasing what sets their soul on fire because they fear it might make a man feel small. That's the beginning of losing not just the dream, but a part of yourself. Love should never be the reason you stop dreaming. It should be the reason you dream even bigger. The right man will never ask you to shrink. He will want to see you expand, evolve, and shine. Protecting your emotions is just as vital. Emotions are energy. They shape your spirit, influence your thoughts, and guide your choices. When you hand them over too easily, you allow others to control your peace. Some people feed off emotional dependency. They like to know you'll always be there, waiting, caring, giving. But when you learn to hold back and nurture your emotions within yourself, you build emotional strength. That strength creates balance. It helps you respond rather than react, to stay calm even when things don't go your way. A woman who knows how to protect her emotions never lets anyone use her love as a weapon against her. She gives affection freely, but not foolishly. When you guard your dreams and emotions, you are building an inner foundation that no one can shake. It's like planting seeds and tending to them quietly until they are ready to bloom. You don't announce every step. You let the results speak for themselves. There is something powerful about a woman who works in silence and lets success make the noise. When your dreams are strong enough, when your emotions are balanced, you no longer need to explain yourself. People will simply feel your strength. The world can be harsh to those who dream differently, especially to women who dare to dream boldly. You will face doubt, criticism, and even jealousy. But that's why you must protect your dreams, not by hiding from the world, but by nurturing them with patience, focus, and quiet confidence. Share your vision only with those who genuinely support you, those who lift you higher instead of holding you back. The same goes for emotions. Not everyone deserves to see your vulnerability. Some people should only see your strength. When a woman learns to protect her dreams and emotions, she becomes unstoppable. She learns that silence can be powerful, that privacy can be peace, and that growth doesn't always need an audience. She stops explaining her plans and starts living them. She stops seeking validation and starts creating her own definition of success. And when the time comes, when her dreams are strong enough to stand, she will look back and realize that the protection she gave him was never about fear, it was about wisdom. Because true strength isn't loud, it's quiet, steady, and deeply rooted in self-belief. True love respects boundaries, self-value commands respect. In every healthy relationship, love and respect walk hand in hand. Without respect, love becomes unstable, it starts to lose meaning, and what was once beautiful turns heavy and confusing. Boundaries are the silent walls that protect love from becoming toxic. They are not barriers to connection, they are guidelines that define dignity, peace, and balance. When a woman sets clear boundaries, she is not being distant or controlling. She is simply teaching others how to treat her. Without boundaries, love can turn into dependency, and dependency can turn into weakness. The truth is, no matter how deep the connection, if you don't value yourself, the other person eventually won't either. Self-value begins with understanding who you are before you let anyone else define you. It's knowing that your worth doesn't come from how much someone loves you, but from how much you love yourself. When a woman values herself, she naturally attracts respect. She doesn't beg for attention. She doesn't chase validation, and she doesn't tolerate inconsistency. Her energy speaks for her before her words ever do. She becomes calm, confident, and grounded, not because she's trying to impress anyone, but because she knows she's enough. That quiet confidence becomes magnetic. People notice it, and men especially respond to it because real confidence cannot be faked. Boundaries are the language of self-respect. They tell the world, I will love you, but not at the cost of losing myself. They mean saying no when something doesn't feel right, walking away when peace is disturbed, and refusing to explain your worth to anyone who cannot see it. Many women fear setting boundaries because they worry it will push people away. But the truth is, boundaries only push away those who were never meant to stay. The people who truly care will not be offended by your self-respect. They will be inspired by it. They will see it as strength, not stubbornness. There is a deep power in a woman who knows when to give and when to stop giving. She loves freely, but she also understands that love without limits can lead to heartbreak. When you let someone cross lines again and again, hoping they'll change, you are not loving them. You are abandoning yourself. Love without self-value becomes sacrifice, and sacrifice without purpose becomes pain. Protecting your peace is not selfish, it's necessary. You cannot pour from an empty cup. When you choose yourself first, you actually bring a stronger, clearer version of yourself into the relationship. You become a partner who gives love from abundance, not from desperation. True love will never ask you to break your boundaries just to prove your devotion. The right person will respect them because they know your value. They'll see your confidence and know it comes from a place of emotional maturity. They won't be intimidated by your independence. They'll admire it. They'll understand that your boundaries are not walls. They are doors that open only for those who approach with respect. And that's the kind of love that lasts, one built on equality, understanding, and mutual admiration. Self-value also changes the kind of love you accept. When you believe you deserve loyalty, consistency, and honesty, you stop settling for anything less. You start recognizing red flags earlier. You stop romanticizing potential and start appreciating actions. You stop chasing people who are unsure about you and start walking with those who are sure of your worth. This shift in mindset transforms your entire experience of love. It moves you from begging for love to being chosen for it. A woman who respects herself commands respect from others effortlessly. She doesn't shout for it, she embodies it. Her energy tells the world what she will and will not allow. People treat you the way you allow them to, and when your boundaries are clear, you never have to remind them twice. That's the beauty of self-value. It speaks without words. It creates peace in your life, stability in your relationships, and strength in your spirit. In the end, love is not about giving everything away. It's about sharing what's already whole. When you know your worth, you don't chase love, you attract it. You don't lose yourself trying to please others. You remain true to who you are. Because the woman who respects her boundaries and values herself doesn't just find love, she inspires it. She becomes the kind of love story that stands the test of time, not because she was perfect, but because she was strong enough to love without losing herself.